Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance, where you make long and short-term investing simple. Today we have a lot to go over, so I'm going to keep it as concise as possible. Today on the NASDAQ, we moved up 0.93%. Most of that movement is going to be from the after hours. We just had Microsoft and Meta earnings, and I'll show that momentarily, but those boosted the market significantly, and it's very nice to see that after yesterday when I called that there's going to be a little bit of a pullback, if we did break below and we did form a candle below this level here at 23,300, then that we would continue moving lower. It's nice to see that we kind of defied that. We're back up into the upper Bollinger Band, showing that there's a lot of strength still, so I love to see that, especially in all-time highs. But let's take a look at the heat map here. It's been a very mixed day, nothing too crazy. Most of the movement is going to be from Microsoft and Meta after hours, and let me just show you what those charts are looking like now. Over here on Microsoft, we closed the day at, let's see here, we closed at about $510 a share, and currently we are all the way up to $552 a share, and that's just within about an hour there. So we moved up a total of about 8%, which is absolutely insane. So we definitely crushed earnings there. We beat earnings by about 8%. We beat revenue by about 3.5%. And the same thing here with Meta. I don't believe that they updated here. Oh, they did. There we go. So Meta also beat by 21%. That is massive. Wow. And they had a surprise revenue of about 6%. So fantastic movement there. And I think that Meta is actually moving up higher than Microsoft. And let's just take a look at where they are now. 766 a share and climbing. So they're up about 10% right now in the after hours, which is absolutely phenomenal. I love to see that. This is a fantastic buy right here. If we do get this retest of this previous all-time high around here at 736, 737, that's a great entry there to keep moving higher. Meta is not going anywhere. You want to think about the conglomerate for social media and the peak of social media, and you want to think Meta. I mean, Instagram and Facebook already is majority of the population they're using their products, right? So that's insane to see. And again, it's very solid. Their earnings are always very good. They have been, at least in 2024, 2025. You could have bet blindly that they would have been green there. But how can you play this off now? If you're not looking to just go long, you're a day trader looking to take advantage of the short-term price movement here, this is what you could be looking for here, and this is crazy, just seeing it move $1 a second. But this is what you can be taking a look at, and I'll just show you an example with Microsoft. Same thing is going to be said with Meta. This is the same formula. Basically, what's going to happen here in the market is you're going to get this huge influx of buyers, which we have here, and this gap, this massive gap, where you're taking a look at the previous swing high in the market, which is about 518 for Microsoft. And then you want to take a look also at the previous, or at the current low for the market in pre and post market. So let's say that it's something like this. Let's say that it stays at 545. Between now and 9:30 a.m., this is the lowest part here. Now, if we do see a big break below this level here, that shows that there is an imbalance in the market, and we could potentially come all the way down either to the top of the range to retest, which is still 3% down, or all the way down to 518, which is 6% down. So either way, there is a very good short trade that you could be taking for both these stocks here. Of course, with Meta, it's going to be a different dollar amount for the price for your take profit and stop loss, but very simple there. And then your stop loss is simple. It's just the it's going to be the high of pre-market, and that's literally it. But very good trades to be taken there for Microsoft and Meta. Let's take a look at a couple other stocks here. UNH, we are seeing a little bit more of some bullish momentum. We did see a nice rejection of the downside today. We formed in the green, nice hammer candle, and above the lower band here, so that's showing a lot of strength. And right now I have my stop loss right at the swing low here of about May. That's about $250 a share. That's a great psychological number, and that's exactly why I had this huge 20% bounce when we came down here for the first time. So I very well doubt that we're going to break below that. So right now you're holding the UNH position. I'm going to say that in about 3 years you could be seeing prices all the way back up to $600, if not higher. But in the short term for 2025, just because it's going to take a little bit of healing for UNH to get back to where it was, and for the media to forget about all the bad things that's happened within the stock, what you're doing right now is you're looking for if you're a day trader, just a short-term position closing at about $370 a share. So that's going to be a great trade there. If you place your trade now, you have your stop loss right at the swing low at about $250, as I discussed previously, and your take profit right at $370. That's still about a 6 risk to reward ratio there, and that's very probable. So that is a stock that I am looking out for as well. Now, for the last stock that we'll be talking about, it's going to be Apple, and this is very, very unfortunate. Back in April when I saw that it was very low, I said, okay, this is a great time to buy, and I was urging everybody to buy, but this is probably one of the weakest stock picks that I have discussed on this channel here. We can see here that every single time it's come into a range or into consolidation and it's broken above that range or consolidation, it has gone right back into another range, which is ridiculous. So right over here, kind of a failed breakout, another failed breakout where we dip very low, and then you have something like a resistance, something like this, and then we did break above that. We did move a little bit higher up to about 216, 217 a share, and then we entered back into another wedge, another resistance here, and then we broke above that, and now this is really bad. We're not getting that bullish momentum that we expected, and if anything, today we closed below the support line. And think about all the tech and electronic stocks that we have. None of them are breaking their support line. So this is completely exclusive to Apple. This is not a macroeconomic event. So that is why I'm very, very cautious about Apple. I would say right now, closing half your position in Apple would be very smart. If we close below 208, that's when you're closing your full position. And that's just for day trading. If you believe in it long term, then keep holding. But if you are a long-term holder, and let's say that we do break below this level here at about 195, that is your time to get out. That is horrible for Apple, and you could expect, if we do break below that, to come all the way back down to about $170 a share or even lower. So that is my thought for Apple. Again, with my trading style, I am very unbiased. I couldn't care what stock goes higher, what stock goes lower. I'm completely objective, and I wait for confirmation in the market. And I'm not hating on Apple, I'm not preying on its downfall. Of course, I have money in there and I'd love to see it grow, but that's just the objective reality, where I think that Apple is going to be one of the weakest of the bunch, the weakest in the Mag 7. And yeah, there's just no point to hold on to it if it's showing very, very obvious signs of weakness. In the TMP Finance Discord community, we're currently beating the NASDAQ by about 177%, and we're currently beating just stocks alone by about 422% year to date. So if you are interested in getting into the action, getting consistent trades, and getting all the take profits, stop losses, percent risk allocation, and also free one-on-one sessions to ask me any questions so you can become a better trader, you can do so by taking a look in the link in the description and getting access there. And if you are looking for more guidance, or even just you're interested in day trading but you don't have the time to do the analysis, that's what I'm here for. So if you're interested in that, do take a look at that.